I want to start by asking you, the issues many would say, sir, are different, though this time it's a very sensitive issue, a grave, in fact, issue that has dominated the headlines and, of course, the discussions in the parliament as well. But the results in the parliament session seems to be heading in the same way that we have seen last few sessions, a washout between the protest and the counter-protest of the Treasury benches and the opposition. It's quite disappointing, isn't it?
I agree with you, and I can understand the frustration of many of your viewers at watching what's happening. But the situation is very simple. The position that was agreed upon by the leaders of all the parties constituting the India front was that they would want to have a debate on Manipur, but they would first like to hear from the Prime Minister. This is one of the gravest crises that our country has faced in a very long time. We're looking at a situation in which not only has there been a horrendous loss of life, over 140 killed, the real numbers may be higher, rapes and violence, and on top of that, horrendous displacements. Some 50,000 people have lost their homes, destruction of churches, destruction of homes. It's just been an awful situation all around. But now it's also spreading, and we've seen now in Mizoram a backlash against the Métis living there who've now started fleeing that state. Now, we're looking at a situation which is already bad in one state, is spreading to a second. There could be nothing more important or burning on the dossier before the Prime Minister than this situation. He saw fit to say a few words to the press. On a day that Parliament was in session, he should have been speaking in Parliament. And, you know, it's been an irony for some time that the Prime Minister barely speaks in the very house of which he is a member, the Lok Sabha. He is, you know, one of our most eloquent orators and rhetoricians. He speaks on every stage and every available opportunity. There could be no more important issue than this to take the people of the country into confidence on. But equally important is that in the parliamentary system, in any parliamentary system anywhere in the world, the Prime Minister is accountable to the Parliament. That is something that, you know, there is no example of a parliament anywhere where the parliamentarians have no opportunity to hear from the Prime Minister, question him, and hear from him about his assessment of a situation of this gravity.
Okay.
Now, I do understand that this is a matter that is the responsibility of the Home Minister, but if the Prime Minister comes and makes an opening statement and then leaves it to the Home Minister to field the debate and respond, I feel confident that that sort of compromise formula might end this trouble. But right now, there is compromise on offer. I was talking to a couple of leaders of friendly parties in the Lok Sabha, and they say they've not even heard from the Parliamentary Affairs Minister, whose job it normally is to bring about understanding between two sides on these matters. When I first came into politics 15 years ago, Ankit, it used to be said that our Parliamentary Affairs Minister would spend more time in the opposition benches than on our side, because his job was to jolly them along, understand their concerns, respond to them. That's not happening these days either.